And then we decided not to say hi. We were standing in that line.
No.
Yes.
You were in the line?
I was in the line and I saw you in front of me and you looked back and then we made eye contact and I go, no.
No.
Hollywood's losing its mind over Sydney Sweeney. And honestly, same. She acts, she produces, she launches ice cream flavors, and somehow still finds time to steal every red carpet. If world domination came in stilettos and a Miu Miu gown, it'd look exactly like this. Buckle up. This it girl isn't just having a moment. She's building a media empire between takes. The royal flush of Hollywood. If Hollywood were a high-stakes poker table, Sydney Sweeney would walk in wearing rhinestones, holding a royal flush, and flashing a wink that could crash the box office. At only 27 years old, she's not just on the radar, she's practically been launched into orbit. From indie horror darling to red carpet icon, producer, and brand ambassador, Sydney Sweeney is doing what few young stars manage, becoming a household name with creative control and commercial clout. Her rise isn't just a fluke, it's a masterclass in ambition, adaptability, and good old-fashioned charisma. And frankly, she's just getting started. The PowerPoint kid who made it. Before she was gracing magazine covers or closing million-dollar deals, Sweeney was a precocious tween in Spokane, Washington, with a dream and a PowerPoint presentation. At age 12, she pitched her parents a 5-year plan to get to Hollywood. And somehow it worked. She began booking gigs in teen dramas and small guest roles. But her big break came with HBO's Euphoria, where her performance as Cassie Howard cemented her status as more than just a pretty face. That role wasn't just emotionally rich, it was psychologically complex and unafraid to go to dark places, and Sweeney dove in headfirst. Her layered portrayal of Cassie earned critical praise and opened up a flood of opportunities. Fast forward to today, she's not just acting, she's producing. Through her production company 50/50 Films, she's not only starring in projects like Immaculate and Anyone But You, but she's also helping shape the stories that get told. For someone who's still in her 20s, this is less meteoric rise and more strategic chess game, and she's several moves ahead, hits, misses, and major wins. In 2024, Sweeney had what can only be described as a Hollywood buffet of projects. Not everything was a critical darling. Sony's Madame Web flopped both critically and commercially. Though Sydney had a substantial role, she diplomatically reminded fans that she was just the actress, not the studio executive. While the film was a blip, it didn't dull her star power one bit. If anything, it showed her resilience in the face of a rare misstep. Then came Immaculate, a horror film she not only starred in, but also co-produced. The film was made on a modest $9 million budget and grossed over $35 million globally. That's not just a financial win, it's a statement. It proves that Sydney Sweeney doesn't need a billion-dollar franchise to command attention. She just needs a good story and a bit of creative freedom. Perhaps her biggest mainstream win was Anyone But You, a surprise rom-com hit. Starring opposite Glenn Powell, the film pulled in over $220 million, proving that romantic comedies, when done right, still have serious box office pull. And it helped solidify Sweeney as someone who can do genre hopping with ease. Genre queen in full swing. Sydney Sweeney is dominating 2025 with a jam-packed slate that proves she's a true genre chameleon. From psychological thrillers to biopics, horror, and sci-fi, she's diving into roles that show off her range. Her performance in Echo Valley, opposite Julianne Moore, has already stirred buzz with its emotional depth and gripping suspense. She also takes on the gritty real-life role of boxer Christy Martin in a David Michaud-directed biopic, undergoing a physical transformation for the demanding part. Sweeney continues her thriller streak with The Housemaid, co-starring Amanda Seyfried and Arriving Christmas Day, promising dark twists and gothic tension. In Eden, a survival thriller from Ron Howard with a star-studded cast, she tackles high-stakes drama set to hit U.S. theaters in August. She's also set to play Kim Novak in Scandalous, a racially charged Hollywood romance directed by Coleman Domingo that's already generating award season whispers. As if that wasn't enough, Sydney is gearing up for the reboot of Barbarella and is confirmed to return as Cassie in Euphoria Season 3, which starts filming later this year. From indie drama to blockbuster spectacle, Sweeney's 2025 proves she's not just busy, she's everywhere. The business of being Sydney. Sydney Sweeney is evolving from actress to business mogul. She's a brand ambassador for major names like Miu Miu, De Beers, Samsung, and Armani, with standout fashion moments, like her rhinestone Miu Miu dress at the 2025 Vanity Fair Oscars party, cementing her status as a style icon. In July 2025, she partnered with Baskin-Robbins on quirky ice cream flavors and color-changing cups, cleverly connecting with younger audiences. She even released a sold-out novelty bathwater soap with Dr. Squatch, proving her marketing power. With earnings between $2 to $7.5 million per project and an estimated net worth of $40 million, Sydney's business empire is booming and still growing. From red carpet to real estate, style-wise, Sweeney is a chameleon. One day she's dripping in diamonds at the Met Gala, and the next she's rocking vintage Chloe while strolling through Venice. Her appearance at Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding in a plunging pink Elisab dress broke the internet. Later, she turned heads again in a retro romper while shopping along the canals. It's not just about the looks, it's how she wears them, with authenticity and flair. When it comes to lifestyle, she's investing wisely. She's known for her love of vintage cars and real estate, and unlike many celebrities, she's candid about the financial pressures of fame. She once mentioned nearly being priced out of her own success due to rising costs and lack of consistent income early in her career. That honesty resonates, and it's part of what makes her so relatable. The face behind the fame. What separates Sweeney from other rising stars is her creative intellect. She's not just doing press tours and learning lines, she's sitting in pitch meetings, shaping scripts, and solving production problems. In a recent Vanity Fair interview, she said, "I love helping brainstorm and problem solve. It's like a puzzle I can't wait to figure out." She's also not afraid to take on tough or controversial roles. Whether she's a spiraling teen in Euphoria, a vengeful nun in Immaculate, or a closeted athlete in a biopic, Sydney digs deep into emotionally complex characters. She's aware of her image and is constantly pushing to challenge it. She doesn't want to be boxed into being the blonde bombshell. She wants to be seen as the powerhouse performer, the boss behind the curtain, the multi-hyphenate who does it all. Single and thriving. In her personal life, Sweeney recently ended her engagement to longtime fiancé Jonathan Davino. The breakup was confirmed in early 2025, but by all accounts, she's embracing the single life. In interviews and red carpet quips, she's described this period as empowering and freeing, putting her career and friendships at the forefront. There are rumors of new romances, of course, but Sweeney remains tight-lipped, choosing instead to focus on what she can control, her work and her happiness. She's also spoken openly about the pressures of celebrity life, the scrutiny, the lack of privacy, and the challenge of remaining grounded in a world that constantly demands more. For a generation that values authenticity, this candor is part of why she's beloved. She's not trying to be perfect, she's trying to be real. Why Sydney Sweeney is Hollywood's it girl. So, what is it exactly that makes Sydney Sweeney Hollywood's newest it girl? It's not just the fashion, the acting, or the Instagram followers, it's her business sense. It's her refusal to stay in one lane. It's the fact that she's out here executive producing horror films, prepping to play a boxing legend, launching ice cream flavors, and giving interviews that feel more like therapy sessions than PR fluff. She's not trying to imitate anyone. She's setting a new standard. Her It Girl status isn't about hype, it's about hustle. Sydney Sweeney has found the sweet spot between art and commerce, between vulnerability and control. She's not just in the spotlight, she's adjusting the lighting herself. And that's a wrap on the Sydney Sweeney takeover. Got a favorite Sydney Sweeney role? Or think she's about to drop the next big bombshell? Drop it in the comments. We're reading them all, even the unhinged ones. And hey, if you love Hollywood deep dives, celeb power moves, and a sprinkle of sass, hit that like and subscribe button